You
Hi,
okay?
alright?
You alright?
How you
Nice to
feeling?
meet you.
I mean, he's definitely an attractive guy, for sure, but he doesn't look like a Chelsea boy.
Am I the only one who feels like some of these participants are in this experiment just to have their 5 minutes of fame and then move on from there to something else? Because the way they were strutting in, like Maya Jama on Love Island, didn't make sense. But then that just could be me. This is my first time reviewing Married at First Sight UK. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight UK, Season 8, Episode 1. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. So you have all the singles meet up, and it's way too many people. I lost count of them. I think it's at least 7 or 8 couples that I saw, and I don't know. I think it's way too many people because in the US version there's only 4 couples, 5 couples now. It started off as 3, but it's now 5 couples, which makes it easier for you to sort of to follow. But I don't know. I think maybe they want a high success rate, but hey, we'll see how it goes. All the ladies meet for their hen do and the guys meet up for their stag night, and you can already see who's after attention and who's after, really getting married or trying to get married. And I don't know. We'll see. So the first couple matched is Jay and Lug. Jay was born with half of her arm missing, so she struggled with that in school and was bullied for that. She used to wear a prosthetic arm. She seems very funny, and I don't know whether that's a coping mechanism for her, in the sense that it takes away people's attention from her missing limb, so people then just focus on her humor and her bubbly personality, or whether this is who she's always been. She did talk about the fact that she struggled with bullying at school, and so she also used to wear a prosthetic arm, but once it fell off, she decided to stop wearing it, so she doesn't have any prosthetics at the moment. She comes across as someone who's very serious, as someone who's really might be in this for the right reasons, because she doesn't talk about anything superficial like how I'm sexy, I'm this, I'm this. It's only her arm that she talks about. So I hope she is serious about getting married and she's not just there for 5 minutes of fame. You have Luke. Luke apparently was in a very serious relationship, and then the girl woke up one day and decided she didn't want to be in a committed relationship anymore. And he really struggled with that because he was very in love with the girl, and he said he struggled for about 6 months to sort of get over that because of the fact that I think he had become very close to her family, and so he had to break ties with a lot of relationships. He lost his home and he lost his dog, and so that was hard for him, but he's open to the idea of getting married. What I didn't get is the experts were saying, oh, they're both salespeople, and it's like, no, just because you're in the same profession doesn't mean you're going to like one another or you're going to get along. Yeah, they might be bubbly. They both say they want someone who's bubbly, but I don't know. Although they come across as people that are very serious and are more likely to be in the experiment for the right reasons. So I'll hold my judgment until we see their first impression of one another. Next up is Laura and Arthur. Laura and Arthur, for me, I'm confused to some extent. I do. Okay. So Laura, apparently her dad passed away from cancer when she was 19. She was married before, and during the lockdown she realized that their relationship was more based on this superficial stuff. That there was no depth to it, because this guy, it seemed, had a lot of money, took her everywhere she wanted to go, gave her everything she needed, but with lockdown obviously they couldn't do that, and they realized that their marriage wasn't it. So after 10 months they broke up. And she says, she's dated people from Mayfair and stuff, and she is a financial manager, so it's not like she's not accomplished. But for me, I think she's still too superficial, given the fact that that's the reason why she left her marriage. You'd have expected her to go in and do some work and actually get to know herself as a person and know what she wants from a relationship before she chose somebody else, or before she decided to pursue another relationship. And given the fact that she's saying this is the last time, if this fails, she's not going to try and get married again, you'd expect her to have done a lot more healing first before she decided to sort of get married. And I don't know whether Arthur is the guy for her. Arthur apparently was raised in Poland. He really struggled with his English when he came back with his parents. And so it was a hard time for him, and I would assume he faced some bullying. Well, he's the type of guy that Laura says she wants. He's got blue eyes, he's very chiseled, he's a tennis coach, and so, she said she wants someone who looks after himself. He also seems very superficial, so in that they align, but I don't know whether they have the same sort of values or morals. I know it seems like they're both hardworking in the sense that Arthur, he's got his migrant story and how he had to work hard to achieve everything he has. Laura seems to have a great job. She seems to have really worked hard to get to the post that she's in. And so I don't know whether as a couple they will work. I think they are both very superficial. I think they would have preferred, or they would have been better matched with someone who's way more down to earth, but then maybe that wouldn't have been good enough for them. But hey, we'll see. So it's the morning of the wedding and everyone is getting ready. And it's nice to see Jay with her friends. They are very emotional and they seem very down to earth. Although there was this concern that how will her groom feel? How will Luke feel when he realizes that she's got a disability? So she's got part of her arm missing. And it's like, that is nothing. She looks stunning. She looks like she's a very down to earth girl who's very caring and loving and compassionate and empathetic. Oh my God, I'm already speaking this into existence because I think they will be a successful couple if both of them are willing to do the work. So her friends do reassure her because she's worried that what if Arthur notices that part of her arm is missing and that turns him off. And so the friends are trying to reassure her that that's okay. We've been through this before, because apparently at times guys will walk up to her and say, "Oh, you look stunning," and then as soon as they see that part of her arm is missing, they sort of walk away. So this is a big insecurity for her. So it was nice to see that she had friends there that were supportive and were willing to sort of speak positivity into her. Even when she came out in her gown, it was a totally different environment to the environment with Laura, because they were more with Jay's friends. They were more caring and very supportive, and there was nothing sort of superficial or artificial or forced about that situation. It was very emotional, so that was cute to see. And then you have I don't remember seeing Luca, but I do remember seeing Arthur. Arthur, his parents couldn't attend because they both tested positive for COVID. Although he did have a conversation with his mum, and his mum was trying to sort of reassure him and tell him that don't focus on the physical, focus on what lies underneath the surface. So they know that there's more to a person than just the way they look, which I felt was very good. He said he didn't write his vows because, English is his second language, and it's like, still, you could have easily written those vows in Polish and then gone on to Dr. Google to get Dr. Google to translate for you into English. That would have made sense. Apparently, it's written "I love you" in those vows. I think it's just copied and pasted. That's what he said, and it's like, that's a bit too much. Maybe at least put in some effort. That way, your bride is impressed because she looks like she's high maintenance, as her friends have said. And then you have Laura and her friends sort of talking. Oh God. Yeah, it was emotional when they spoke about her dad, but they all seem very superficial. They all seem like they're just there for their 5 minutes of fame. And so I really see this wedding going to be a train wreck. It really is going to be a train wreck. He might have the physical features, but I don't think he has, the Mayfair qualities that Laura is looking for. I don't know, we'll see. The first wedding up is Jay and Laura, and it's cute to see the families get along. They're busy introducing, I'm the mom, I'm the dad, and it was sweet to see. So I really have high hopes for Jay and Laura. I hope they don't disappoint me. The couple that married at first sight have broken my heart, so I'm really trying not to get too excited about Jay and Luke, but you could see, obviously, Jay's family were worried about her arm, even as Luke came in. I think they were worried about what he looked like. And then when they saw him and realized he was someone who came across as somebody who's very down to earth and very caring, they sort of relaxed, even though one of her bridesmaids was still crying. And then when Jay walked in, you could see his face light up. And I think this sort of reassured the family, because they were worried that if he notices her hand is missing, then he's going to turn around and say, no, that's not it. So for them to sort of stand there and have a conversation and introduce each other to one another and sort of exchange their vows, which seemed as though someone had given them a template of what to write, in the sense that they both spoke about riding the wave, and they both seemed so similar in what they said in their vows, and they were both shocked actually, because I think had they not had the officiant not passed them over the cards, I think they would have assumed, or someone could have easily assumed, that somebody changed their vows as soon as they heard the other person's vows. But no, these were done prior to the wedding. So it was cute to see that they seem to really, like one another. They seem to really think alike. So I have high hopes for them. I really hope this works out for them. It was cute. And Luke actually said he wasn't really, phased by the fact that Jay's arm was missing, because he noticed that the first thing he noticed was the red hair and then her beautiful face, and then he noticed her arm missing, and that didn't faze him. He seemed very at peace, and his family were very excited. His mom seemed very happy for him. So I have high hopes. I really do. I really hope they don't let me down. And then we go on to Laura and Arthur's wedding. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that one of my biggest pet peeves is people that moan about the fact that, oh, this person is not my type, it's not my type. The fact that Laura had the audacity to say that, oh, Arthur is not my type, we wouldn't be in the same bars, I prefer someone with a posh accent. Why are you on Married at First Sight? Why did you not stay at home and go to wherever, Mayfair or wherever you're used to finding those guys with posh accents, and find yourself a posh guy? You don't need to be on the show unless you're on the show for fame. And for her in her vows to say, don't speak to me before I've had my oatmeal coffee latte or something like that, I didn't like that. She came across as very disrespectful, as very rude. The tension, you could cut it with a knife. And for Arthur, his vows as well. It was completely different to Jay and Luke. It was night and day. It was very awkward. It was very tense. You could see that Laura was just going through the motions with her vows. It wasn't even from the heart. She was just reading it. And Luke, obviously, he downloaded his from the internet. It was awkward. I wish they hadn't married them. I wish they had just said, okay, no, I would rather not go through with this. Let's go. That would have been enough, because as soon as he started to speak, Laura said the first criteria they didn't meet. And it's like, you're not going shopping. They have to find what they feel is necessary for you. The Mayfair guys have not worked for you. Give him a chance. He might be it for you. He might not. But at least be open to the idea. If you're going to enter this experiment, come in with an open mind, with the sense that you're going to accept whatever they give you. If you have a checklist, stay your ass at home. Really, I didn't like that. So after both couples get married, they go for their reception, and both receptions were completely different. One was north, one was south. It seemed like, I don't even know how to explain it, because with Jay and Luke, it was very emotional. People were very caring. They were very happy. They were very relaxed. And whereas with Laura and Arthur, it was very tense. And then gossip started, because it was revealed that, Arthur got his vows off the internet, and Laura felt some type of way about that, because she felt her vows were more genuine and they spoke about her, and the fact that Arthur didn't put in any effort. And it's like, your vows were very superficial and very disrespectful. If I were you, I'd keep quiet and look for better friends, because your friends should have been more honest with you and told you that your vows were not it. They were not it for someone you don't know. And then you had Arthur's best friend sort of stand up and give a toast. And after he gave a toast, it seemed to sort of pacify Laura for a bit, because she realized that there was more to Arthur than what she thought. And so I think that made her open to the idea of getting to know him. Not that she's attracted to him because he doesn't have the posh accent, but you could see that that sort of opened up her heart a bit, or that sort of allowed it to sort of lower her guard a bit, to want to get to know him. Because I think when she heard he's a tennis coach, she just thought, oh, he's not accomplished. I'm a finance manager. Why would they set me up with him? But to hear that he came over from Poland and barely spoke English, came across a tennis court and became interested in tennis and became very good at it, to the extent that he's now a tennis coach. And it could be he's actually making way more money than the guys from Mayfair that she likes, but hey, I don't know. So they had the reception, and then they went off, I think, for their honeymoon. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Whereas with Jay and Luke, Jay's friend spoke to Luke and really wanted to know where he stands, whether he's attracted to Jay, and what he feels, or how he feels knowing that she's missing, her hand. And so he seemed very open to the idea. He said he was very attracted to her, because this was one of Jay's biggest insecurities, because she felt that, maybe she might be a bit more chubby, and maybe he preferred girls with blonde hair. So for him to reassure her friend, who seemed apparently to carry a lot of weight with Jay, was very good for her, because Jay, you could see she sort of lowered her guard as soon as she heard that, he really likes her and really finds her attractive. So she is worried though that it seems too good to be true, but I have high hopes for them, because I've watched Married at First Sight USA for a long time, and I can, at times, I'm normally able to sort of pick on couples that I think will go the distance, couples that are sort of attracted and comfortable around each other on their wedding day, and that seems to be the atmosphere with Jay and Luke. So I have high hopes. They were very excited, they seemed very relaxed. Jay sang, and you could see Luke's eyes were just shining. He was just adoring her, the way she was singing. And it was cute to see. It was really cute to see. So I have high hopes for them. I do hope they stay married, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye everyone.